Cosby's release is sparking outrage for many sexual assault survivors. As we just heard, our Camaria break continues our coverage after speaking with a Rochester rape survivor about this development. Camaria.
Well, Tom, the National Sexual Violence Resource Center says Cosby's release does not diminish progress made from the Me Too movement, and advocacy groups say they'll continue to support survivors and fight for a more equitable justice system. However, the survivor we heard from fears this will change how comfortable survivors feel about coming forward, and we should warn you, some of what the survivor talks about could be triggering for others.
And we're here. It's a good day for the Cosby family.
But not for victims.
It's unfortunate. It's kind of like a slap in the face to the victims. And he didn't get a fair trial. But if this was any other person that didn't have money and didn't have a lot of people working for them, it wouldn't have been looked at twice. So what's fair about that?
Danielle Lycum is a 2018 rape survivor and sexual assault advocate.
Masked armed man broke into my home through my basement window, and I woke up to a noise at the end of my bed. I was tied up with zip ties. I was raped 3 times over the course of 5 hours, with my little boy sleeping in the room next door.
Her abuser was someone she knew, eventually sentenced to 21 years in prison.
You know, it felt good to hear him say guilty. He pled guilty, and it felt good to hear him say, yes, I did that. Yes, I did that, and I'm guilty. And I got that with a plea deal. Now, if I had somebody say, oh, we're going to overturn that, my heart would sink to the floor and I would feel re-victimized all over again.
And the survivors of Cosby's alleged assaults feel that way.
It's a gut punch. There's no other way to describe it.
I fear that because of this overturn, that more people aren't going to come out and use their voice and tell their story, because even if their abuser is convicted, it might be overturned. That's the stage that they've set. And I fear that women aren't going to come forward with their stories, which is, like I said, backwards from where we were going.
Lycum is sharing her survivor story through a memoir that goes on sale in July. We'll have a link to that book on the online version of the story